What if an adult cave lion crossed through time into modern-day Alaska? Could it use its absolute prehistoric power to reclaim the frozen throne of the Ice Age? The polar wind scatters the heavy fog, and you suddenly awaken on the Alaskan tundra. Looking out at the snow-covered spruce trees, the biting cold perfectly mirrors the Ice Age you remember. But the savage world that belonged to you is dead and gone. As the ultimate feline apex predator of the Pleistocene, your physique is brutally compact. Your bone and muscle density dwarf that of a modern African lion. Unburdened by a heavy, dragging mane, your body is a flawless killing machine forged by natural law. Every inch of your being evolved for close quarters, life or death combat with mammoths and giant cave bears. In explosive acceleration and grappling stamina, you hold a terrifying generational advantage over any modern terrestrial beast. But the moment you arrive, extreme starvation burns through your stomach. You assume this modern ecosystem is weak until a massive 1,500-pound Alaskan moose breaks into your line of sight. In the Ice Age, taking down a giant of this caliber required the tactical coordination of a pride. Now, you stand alone. Crouching low, you wait for the moose to dip its head to feed, tense your muscles to the absolute limit, and launch a violent ambush. But the era has changed. Alaska's chest-deep snow instantly deadens your explosive momentum. The hyper-alert moose doesn't panic. Instead, it rears up and brings its massive front hooves crashing down like falling boulders. You narrowly dodge the fatal blow, your claws tearing deep gashes across its flank. But fighting a 1,500-pound giant that aggressively fights back violently drains your energy, leaving you without a clean kill. After multiple failed solo hunts, this unfamiliar frozen wasteland teaches the prehistoric king its first merciless lesson. Following the failed hunts, the true threat descends. Alaska's long and brutally unforgiving winter. Temperatures plummet, and the mountains freeze over. To survive, you are forced to swallow your pride and become a scavenger. You track a massive pack of 12 Alaskan timber wolves. When they finally exhaust themselves bringing down a caribou on the ice, starvation drives you out of the tree line to forcefully hijack their kill. But in the dead of winter, food is life. The starving wolves are pushed to the brink, and they do not back down. Driven by the alpha's haunting howl, the 12 wolves instantly scatter, forming a highly coordinated kill box. Several adult wolves attack simultaneously from the flanks, their fangs sinking into your hind legs, trying to bleed out your stamina using their signature war of attrition. The piercing pain triggers your prehistoric fury. You don't retreat like a modern cat. Instead, you unleash a roar that shakes the snowfield and violently pivot your massive frame. Ignoring the bites on your flanks, you lock onto the charging alpha and swing your massive front paw with terrifying force. Thud, the catastrophic strike instantly shatters the alpha's neck. In the same breath, you open your massive jaws and bite clean through the spine of another wolf trying to blindside you. In just seconds, 2 frontline wolves are dead. The remaining pack realizes this monster cannot be beaten by numbers. Paralyzed by fear, the pack completely shatters and scatters. Covered in bite marks, you drop into the blood-stained snow to gorge on the meat. This is the Alaskan winter. You aren't just fighting the cold, you are trading your own blood and open wounds for every bite of life-saving flesh. The grueling war of attrition finally turns a corner at the end of summer. Snowmelt floods the valleys, and the massive salmon run ignites the river, the richest lifeline in the Alaskan wilderness. Following the heavy stench of fish, you step onto the riverbank. The shallows are already swarming with native predators. American black bears are aggressively fishing, while a notoriously vicious wolverine tears into a dead fish in the rocks. As the pinnacle of feline power, you naturally despise freezing, rushing water, and you refuse to fish yourself. After a winter of starvation and bloodshed, your survival strategy is simple: violent takeover. You march heavily toward the river. Catching the scent of a prehistoric apex predator, the cautious black bears instantly abandon their territory, dropping their fish and fleeing into the forest. But the wolverine stubbornly holds its ground. Known as the maniac of the tundra, it relies on fearless aggression to intimidate and even chase off bears. Instead of retreating, it arches its back and unleashes a blood-curdling shriek, trying to bluff you into backing down. But modern aggression is a joke against a prehistoric titan. You don't even break your stride. Your massive front paw descends with the force of a thunderstrike. The famously resilient wolverine doesn't even have time to react. Its spine is instantly pulverized, dying on the spot. With absolute dominance and an effortless execution, you claim the entire main river. The starvation is finally over. Gorging on the rich salmon, your peak physical condition is fully restored. Your violent clearing of the river and the heavy scent of blood attract the true ruler of this valley. A 1,300-pound coastal brown bear. Wrapped in a massive armor of fat and pure muscle, it has dominated the river for over a decade. Seeing you standing in the center of its territory, the old bear erupts in fury. It stands nearly 10 feet tall, unleashing a roar that echoes through the forest, then drops to all fours. Charging like a collapsing mountain of flesh, it brings its immense momentum forward, swinging its massive paws directly at your skull. This is the first time since you crossed through time that you feel the genuine threat of death. You don't try to tank the crushing blow. Channeling your feline agility, you drop low and pivot, narrowly evading the fatal strike. The heavy claws graze your back, tearing open your flesh. But the blinding pain doesn't make you retreat. It ignites the dormant, bloodthirsty instincts you repressed all winter. You spent your entire life grappling with giant bears and mammoths. Your close-quarters combat skills vastly outmatch the modern bear's straightforward brawling. You instantly close the distance, driving your hook-like claws deep into the thick hide of the bear's shoulders. Using your low center of gravity, you physically break the giant's balance. Two apex titans violently roll through the rocky shallows. Blood and water spray into the air as deafening roars drown out the sound of the rushing river. The bear's raw power is overwhelming at first, but its thick layer of insulating fat destroys its heat dissipation, draining its stamina. After just a few minutes of extreme grappling, the old bear's movements slow down, its breathing ragged and chaotic. You seize the fleeting opening. Coiling your spine, you completely pin its upper body. Your massive skull darts forward. Bypassing the thick fat, your razor-sharp canine teeth sink deep into the bear's jugular. You lock your jaws, delivering a lethal, sustained bite force. No matter how wildly the bear thrashes and strikes, you do not let go. Finally, with a hollow, rattling breath, the reigning tyrant of the Alaskan Valley collapses, completely dead. After this defining battle, your prehistoric, overwhelming power completely shatters a century of Alaskan ecology. The surrounding brown bears migrate away. The predators vanish. The valley is yours. As the seasons pass, you cement your place on the frozen throne, ruling the richest hunting grounds on the continent. But when the bitter autumn winds silence the last bald eagle, the salmon run ends, and the tundra returns to absolute stillness. You stand alone on the empty, frozen riverbank, looking out at the horizon. This modern world is too fragile. There are no giant cave bears left to offer a glorious, bloody duel. There are no life and death struggles against equals. You defeated every modern beast, won every battle, and claimed absolute power over life and death. But you forever lost your boiling, untamed, Ice Age home. Behind the absolute pinnacle of power, there is nothing left but the eternal, echoing solitude of a king out of time.